actually not easy seeing you. You are too busy. Would we say this business is not giving you time to rest?
Yeah, not really too busy, but just at times we need to schedule issues to give them priority why they need to attend first before other things. And you realize before you know it, the day is gone. So time to rest is actually very, very limited now.
Now, sometimes me, I don't envy people when you look for this position to really carry the shoulders of other people's bonding. How do you really feel when you think about it sometimes from yourself?
At times it's not really maybe a matter of envy, but you find yourself doing certain things by destiny. Maybe you didn't really bargain initially that I will aspire for this position next year or next tomorrow. Okay. But in the course of time, you find God shaping your destiny towards that direction, and it will really, it will come to you as a challenge that you need to stand by it. And as a man, challenges must come your way. You can't run away from them. Yeah, the better you confront them and address them. That's where we are. So if you run away today, we'll stand and fight for you tomorrow. Nobody.
Now, looking at the NLC in Plateau State, which you chair, yes, would you say you are really, would you say it's so taxing?
It is more than even taxing. It's really difficult for us, particularly for me. I know a couple of the type of government we have. It's not a worker-friendly government. It's not labor-friendly. And you know, to get issues for your membership, it's really difficult. You need to approach it from different directions. So it has not been easy, I must tell you the truth. And we're trying our best to see how we can overcome all these issues at our hand now.
Some few months and going to some years, people always complain about this non-payment of salaries, which you always try to, pressure the government to pay. How would we say the situation is?
I think for now it's getting worse. As I'm talking to you, Plateau State workers last received their salary October 2014. A few have been paid last week, so a few ministries have been paid in November 2014, and today we are in March 2015. If you put just across, it's almost like 5 months. I know salary, first and foremost, is a right to the worker that work for it. That is one. And two, it's a means of livelihood. And workers solely depend, because of the nature of their work. You work 8 hours straight in a day. You don't have any additional free time to do any other engagement, to earn a living. So you are solely dependent on your salary. And when you can see the hardship people will face when their salary is not forthcoming. That will completely destabilize your family life. I mean, feeding your family, attending to medical care, school fees of your children, and other relatives. I mean, it's really difficult. You don't have any means apart from that salary. For 5 months, can you survive without an income?
Okay, look at that situation. Would you say now that at the end of the day, with politics coming into it, these demands, would they be met before May 29th?
Well, we are trying our best to make sure we get what we want. But I cannot assure you really that the government will meet up all our demands before May 29th. The reasons are very simple. You know, the situation, it is politics, one. Government would prefer to give more attention to their campaigns. It's there, we know it. And two, if you look at generally the economy, the price of crude has generally affected issues in the country. Therefore, we cannot sit down and deceive ourselves to expect 100% requirement. No. We equally monitor events and we sort of see how we can get the best for ourselves.
Okay, give us a little account of what is happening. If you go to Hill Station Hotel, the workers there are complaining about 18 months unpaid salary.
Yes.
We see the Johnson, which is the judicial workers, are also still on strike and they bent to remain on strike.
Yes.
What is this? What is behind all this strike?
Yeah, it's not really looking at the strike per se as an action, but the way employers in Nigeria government plan their affairs. If you look at Hill Station, is a private sector organization, but we know it's owned by northern states. It's still back to government issue. These employers don't want to commit to the service of these employees. They are thinking, okay, hill stations should be able to generate enough funds to maintain themselves. I know too much of their history. But they've neglected that institution for quite some time. Where you don't have the service to provide to customers, you won't generate revenue to maintain that place. That is their own issue. But as much as the workers are going to work, it is an obligation for you to pay them whether they make profit or not. That's not part of their contract of employment. Let's be clear. Now for Jinsun, it is, of course, these are some of the issues that we always complain in Nigeria. Government itself don't adhere to rulings of court. It's a Supreme Court judgment that the judiciary should be independent. And at the federal government level, they have, almost like 90% compliance. That's why if you look at all the federal courts, they are working. And Jinsun said each state that complied to 80%, that's they can go back to work. Lagos are working, and I think with some other 2 states or so in eastern Nigeria. But for us in the north, so far, zero compliance. Why is that today government in Nigeria will not adhere to a court judgment? Who else will do that? Are they above the law or are they against the law? That is the case of judiciary. And it remains a major challenge to Nigeria as a country. Not only the case of Jinsun, but if you look at several judgments that government have not been adhering to, it always creates issues. And this has a multiplier effect in this country, that at times you see people in the street reacting negatively even when there is law enforcement agents, because they feel, okay, if the turn of government to do it, you didn't do it, why should you expect me to do it? And if you look at most state governments, of course, it has become their tradition to collect facilities from banks and mortgage their statutory allocations to the banks in terms of funding their contracts and other issues. And now that the change is coming, no bank will want to play with its own facility. They will have to maximize returns. So they are crushing the little funds that is coming to government in order to recover their facilities from the government. So it is always difficult for government to be able to get enough funds to manage the current expenditure.
So invariably, you know you have a background of accounting.
Yes, I do.
Would you say we are running into a debt situation?
There are no two ways to, in fact, to say that is an understatement, because labor, we are realists. We don't deceive ourselves. If there's a problem, there's a problem. Whether we like it or not, Plateau State government, our debt profile is growing day by day. Perhaps I think reasons are maybe the financial advisors of the government didn't plan ahead of time. Because what they tell us, they didn't envisage this fall in crude. But I know if you are planning or if you are budgeting, you must give an allowance for unforeseen circumstances, just like it happened now. Understand? They are not able to get enough from the Federation account now to manage their current facilities and even attend to other budgeted items. So that is where we are. And with that situation, certainly you must have a build-up of a debt profile that you can't avoid. And at this dire minute, nobody will want even to give you additional facility, because once you exit, it will be a problem for the new government. They will begin to find a way of dodging it. Why must we give an outgoing government a facility at the end of his regime? You understand? So these are the situations.
Okay. The political parties are now campaigning.
Yes.
And sooner we'll soon have this election.
Yes.
What is the strong point of your negotiation with these candidates in terms of the interest of labor?
Basically, we put it to them. Let's see an issue-based campaign. Not campaign of hatred or campaign of calumny or making streets noise on the street because you want to deceive people to vote for you. Nigerians have passed that stage. We want to see these candidates or these parties coming up with programs that will benefit Nigerians. I'm a worker today. You must have to tell me, in what way will your government affect me positively? Don't forget to tell me, vote for me, I'll give you electricity, dual carriage road. We'll pass that stage. Can dual carriage road feed my family? Can I take care of my school fees? Children's school fees? Of course not. So let us see them addressing each of the sectors in the society. If you want to address me as labor, and I know labor is not only for the worker. It's time for the poor masses of this country. What will you do to alleviate the poverty for the poor masses of this country? What will you do to generate employment? Of course, unemployment is one of the major problems we have in in this country. If you generate employment today, you are indirectly or directly reducing insecurity. You have no food soldiers that at the turn of 5 naira, they'll begin to burn tires. Everybody will be engaged, trying to earn his daily meal. So these are some of the issues we want to see these political parties put in place to tell us, yes, they have enough things for us to vote for them. Not only by way of telling us through the tail of paper, but let's see a concrete program that will, yes, is achievable. That's it, exactly.
Have you been telling your members to go and pick their PVC?
Since a long time ago. That is our certificate. That's our insurance. Without PVC, I think we'll be making, we're only wasting our time. It will be disheartening and, in fact, disappointing for any worker, unless in special circumstances where you tell me you either you've not registered or you don't have your PVC. Maybe there are places that are affected by 1 or 2 issues as a result of the registration that we can allow it go, because it's not their own fault. But if you are sitting here in the comfort of your office or room, I didn't go and register, we'll not forgive you for that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome, sir.